I just wanted weed. Yo, what's up? It's someone that's no one, and welcome back to another report. Um, yeah, today we're covering ferns, where Rare Enthusiasm 101 off Reddit has a quick experience for us. And here's the full report details. Alright guys, welcome to another report. Maybe one of the most goofy ones yet. But what can I say? We will cover any type of ingestion on this channel. But here we are to cover ferns. Yes, ferns from a plant. You may have not heard of this term used before, but they're like a type of plant. Kinda like bushes, but at the same time not. There's many varying species, sometimes they're a tree, sometimes they're spread out in a type of bed, sometimes just more so as singular plants, but due to the often nauseous effects people may get, mostly sickness, most of the time it is considered a weed. But it's the leaves of these plants that people often refer to as ferns, as they come off real easily and get all over the place, which these leaves are technically called fronds though. But interestingly, these aren't the spreading of seeds, but of spores, like how mushrooms will act. But you may have clicked on this video wondering, why the hell are we even covering this? Ferns are by no means established as a psychoactive substance. There are some out there that have found to make some versions edible, but there's definitely no known culture with smoking, at least to my knowledge. It is thought that ferns are highly carcinogenic, so at the same time, I really don't think this is a safe thing to partake in. But we're covering this unfortunately because it's an availability heuristic, which many people looking for drugs are unfortunately victims of, aka most people do what they have access to. So we covered this report not too long ago called A Scout's Dream, where some young campers took synthetic cocaine, along with mushrooms, poisonous Omphallotus celarius they found in the woods, but they also wanted to smoke of course. So the best available option were these ferns. Easy to pick off a plant and just smoke up. Which this is dumb as hell, but it really is through a drive of just wanting to smoke anything. Which with today's reports, I imagine this has probably happened plenty of times with some youngins. You may just be around people, oftentimes family members, who may smoke. And I myself went through this somewhat, but that's for a story yet to come. And as a young kid, you're just kinda like, fuck it, let's just do it without much deep consideration at times. And you may scramble for whatever you need to try it. Like, I remember to roll up, we used Dora the Explorer coloring book paper with Crayola shit all over it, and then using plasticky ass tape to seal the shit. Then on top of that, trying to hotbox the bathroom for it only to come out as some black ass smoke. Man, dude, we got some fucking dumb story times I gotta tell yet. But again, that's for down the road. Anyways, I made this opening longer and a bit more in depth because this story is pretty quick. But I felt like we just had to really include and show this perspective. Don't even try to do some dumbass shit like this. It's super unhealthy and bad for you. Again, this is from Reddit, and we really do get a picture of what this can be like smoked. So yeah, here's a fern trip report I'm sure you guys will enjoy, so without further ado, let's dive right into this. I have smoked a fern. I might have been 12 or 13 years old. I used to see certain family members smoke weed. It gave me an idea since fern looks like weed when you take the leaves off. I wrapped it in that thin weed paper and smoked it. It immediately went to my brain and it hurt. I became afraid after it took me a few minutes to recover. After a long time, say about 20 years later, I realized that I had problems obtaining information and problems remembering directions, such as when driving to a location. This is the first time I ever mentioned this here. Don't smoke any plants, just like you wouldn't eat any plants. I think it killed a ton of brain cells. The fern was a houseplant, the same one you can purchase at Home Depot.